2012 ARRL Boxboro convention. You're going to see some interesting things, a lot of people selling some very interesting things here at the flea market, and we'll take a look inside. Particularly stop at Elecraft, and we will see Flex Radio, but there's some other places that are rather interesting too. I have an interview with a young man. He sounds pretty interesting, and we may talk to a couple of other people if we have time. So hope you enjoy the ARRL convention here in Boxboro, New England Division Convention.
Now that is cool. See how long the arc is. That's pretty healthy. Yes, light bulbs, even when they're dead, are good for a number of things. Of course, our old buzzard fluorescent tube makes a good RF indicator. You can see back here, there still is quite a lot of field strength. I wouldn't want to get this too close to that because the arcing will punch through the glass. I've had bulbs shatter in my hands.
Tim.
And what is your call?
KB1 VPC.
And what license class do you hold?
General.
You have a general class license, and how old are you?
14.
And how long have you had this general class license?
About a year and a half.
Well,
I just got the general a couple months ago, but I got my first technician license a year and a half ago.
And have you been on the air yet at all?
Yeah, I've gotten a few contacts.
What's the closest or furthest or whatever that you've talked to?
The furthest was Italy, and the closest was Wisconsin, maybe.
And what do you use for a rig?
An FT450D Yaesu.
And what do you use for an antenna?
It's just an end-fed antenna.
You've been here today. How long have you been here today?
About an hour.
And what's your reaction of what you've seen here today? What have you liked the most here?
Well, there's a lot of stuff, and there's lots of radios and lots of interesting things to see. Lots of tables set up.
Okay, when my students use the word stuff, and I have students at your age level, I tell them they have to say what the stuff is. So tell me some of the stuff you've seen.
Lots of radios, components, lots of meters, amplifiers, just a wide variety of things.
Have you learned the Morse code yet?
I'm practicing it. Haven't mastered it or anything yet, though.
Do you know any letters at all?
Yeah, I know the alphabet, so I can send faster than I can receive.
Almost everybody can. All right, I'll give you a couple of letters. You ready?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to give you my call. Oh, that would be cheating because that's on my shirt.
Yeah.
Dit, 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 dit.
H.
Da, da, da.
O.
Da.
T.
Okay, what's it spell?
Hot.
Okay.
Once you get into it, it's a lot more interesting because I didn't even know about it at all before I was exposed to it, and I didn't think it was that interesting. But once I did get exposed to it, it's just interesting how it works and technology.
Are you interested in any other things in ham radio? Sports?
Music, sports.
What sports do you play?
Basketball, baseball, and football.
Oh, so you're a pretty active young guy.
Yeah.
W3NA.
And your name is?
John.
And where did you come from?
Kennebunk, Maine.
Now I notice you're selling a Ranger here.
I am.
And
Hopefully
what is
selling the Ranger.
And the price on the Ranger is?
Well, it's a 375, which is a little in the high range, but
okay.
It's cosmetically, it's in really good shape. So.
And Rangers have had a good history. Does this one work?
Well, I don't have the octal plug in the back, so I was unable to successfully test it, but I've had it on a shelf for about 6 or 7 years.
Doesn't it run off 110 AC?
Oh, it does, but there's an octal socket with jumpers in it that I just don't know where it is.
Okay.
Need that to get the B+ turn.
Okay. And the DX40, that's an old standby?
It is, yeah. Again, sitting on a shelf for years.
And so you don't know if it works?
No, I'm guessing it does.
It looks very, but
I just threw it in the car at the last minute. I have more than one shelf of these things, and I thought, what can I live without? So.
But it looks very clean. It does look. So it looks like you take care of your equipment.
set it on a shelf.
I'm David Robertson, Kilowatt Delta 1 November Alpha.
And do you work for Elecraft?
No, I do not work for Elecraft.
So,
I'm just a volunteer here to help them out with the booth.
And do you own any Elecraft rigs?
Yes, I do.
And what do you own?
I own the K3, KPA 500, and KX3.
And how do you feel about Elecraft, owning an Elecraft rig?
Very, very, very happy. Quite satisfied with both the equipment itself, the quality of design, and also the product support that they have to offer.
Have you put any together as a kit?
Yes, I have. Everything I have, I put together.
And how are their instructions?
Very clear.
You didn't have any problems?
No, sir.
Now this is their newest.
This is the Kx3. This is a software-defined radio. It puts out up to 12 watts. If you run this off 13.5 volts, it puts out up to 12 watts on 160 through 6 meters.
And do you own one of those yet?
Yes, I do.
How do you like it?
I love it.
And you put it together as a kit as well?
Yes, sir.
Did you get any filters with it or anything extra?
Yes, I did get the roofing filter and I got the antenna tuner with the instrument.
What's the advantage of having a roofing filter?
The roofing filter helps in crowded band situations where you have signals close together. When you narrow the filter down, if you don't have a roofing filter and you're using the digital control to narrow the filter down, if you have an extremely strong signal in the 2.8 kilohertz band pass, and you're narrowing it down, that signal can get into your AGC. But with a roofing filter, it blocks those signals.
Okay.
You have 3 different filter layers in here for, I think it's 500 hertz, 1 kilohertz, and 2.8 kilohertz. This is a representation of the spectrum of signals on the band that the Kx3 is receiving. This is running off of an iPad through Macintosh software. This is the sound card device that takes a special output that's available to everybody with the Kx3 that allows the software in the computer to present you with pan adapter display. So right now it's showing CW signals, but sideband signals will show up there.
Let me see if I can interpret that. That in a way, it's like the Flex 1500, because you can do a display, but you also have a real live display here. Is that correct?
Well, okay. You have a Flex. Let's talk about the Flex 1500, which is a fine rig. It's a great rig, but you don't have this. You have a computer, and you have to have a computer program to run it. That in itself is not either bad or good depending on your taste, but a lot of people like to grab the radio and run, and you can do this here. To be able to get the spectrum display, you really do need the use of a computer. The radio itself, this computer's pretty busy inside here doing what it has to do. It doesn't have enough time to be able to generate this on its own. So you do need a computer, either in this case a Macintosh or the regular PC.
Yellowy streets do his sweetie coat hell, well I'm so pissed sweet, baby. I'm so pissed weak. I'm so pissed weak, I could die. Although the band is crowded, I can still find some space. But what's the use of trying? You can't hear me anyplace. And I'm so pissed weak, baby. I'm so pissed weak. I'm so pissed weak, I could die. Well, the neighbors used to be calling about TVI from my shack, but now they stop complaining cause ARRL's what I like, and I'm so pissed weak, baby. I'm so pissed weak. I'm so pissed weak, I could die. Well, I used to get those pink slips from the FCC, but no more violations since I'm running QRP. I'm so pissed weak, baby. I'm so pissed weak. I'm so pissed weak, I can die. So if you blow your finals, detect the burning smell. Just QSY down frequency to Piss Week Hotel. You'll be so piss sweet, baby. You'll be so piss weak. You'll be so piss sweet, you could die.
Yeah, tunage from Steve Naylor, N1HCH, a friend of Scrollus Tom's who doesn't get on the air much anymore.
Well, something smells funny, like a rat or a bunny is nesting in my rig. I got no money, my nose is kind of runny, my light bill is too big, amid the arc and the snap. I see my license has lapsed, so it don't matter. I don't get on much anymore. No, it don't matter. I don't get on much anymore.